Hello, family of light. It's great to see you all again. I've been guided to maybe put out a message to help us get through whatever's coming up next. So it's been really important to disengage a little bit from what we see going on out there, from the chaos that's going on out there. I just have done that recently. And I've been able to stay in my space of holding light, of actually doing my light work much easier. And it's much more important. It's going to get even more chaotic. And we need to be strong in our light, in our core, in our grounding, and being centered. I've been having I do a lot of work on the inner planes, and when I wake up in the morning, sometimes I get some feeling or images of what's going on. And most of the time I don't. But lately, the last 4 or 5 days, every morning it's been different scenarios of chaotic events. Like simple things like not being able to get a cup of coffee. That's how it shows up for me. Like little things like that. But it's always this disarray, this chaos, and holding, learning. I guess the reminder is to hold your center, to be in your center through all of this. And it's really important, really, to get outside, to be in touch with Mother Earth, to disconnect from the EMFs, from being on your computer, your phone, the TV. Really, really take the time to limit yourself from these things right now. Not that you have to completely be away from it, but we just really need to be cautious about where we're spending our time, our energy, how and where we're spending our energy. And whenever I go out into nature, and I'm often drawn out there a lot, especially when I need to do a lot of light work. But for me, it also grounds me and keeps me centered, and it lets me know that everything's okay. When you're in touch with the flow of divine love and light from Mother Earth, from the sun, from Source, from within your own heart, and this all starts to resonate together while you're out there, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing happening. You feel good, you feel centered and controlled. And if you don't, it's a great place to go to return to your center. So we're being taken care of, we're being supported, and when we're out there, we're disconnecting from the things that are trying to keep us from our truth. So you're out there and you're getting reconnected, and you're knowing, and you're grounding even more light, and it's just important. Even if you're not, I have to say, even if that's not your way of getting reconnected and centering, and you have your own way, and you maybe it's music or other things, it's really important to be out there, I feel, and receive the light from the moon, from the sun, the energy from the earth, the air. Everything is consciousness. And all of the natural world is in alignment, is in harmony with the divine. And that's where our support can be, not just, going out into the ethers, but being within your body and bringing your body out and allowing your body to become resonant with all that is. So if you're not used to being a nature person, just give it a try. Just go out and sit on the ground, sit outside on your porch, go for a walk, hiking. The water has really drawn me in. I've really been wanting to be on the water, near the water, with the trees, and they speak to you. They speak to you. So just really honor this space you can be in, because it's going to get uglier and more chaotic. And we need to hold our heart, hold our divinity within us, and have that divine flow through us always, so that we're grounding more light and we can send more light out. And we can be in our fear of whatever is happening with ourselves, or in our own pain of things that we need to release, or if the collective's coming through you and you're feeling it. Yes, 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 yes. Do all that work all through this. But just always hold yourself in your alignment, in your heart, in source. That's the most important thing, is just keep coming back in. And you can always be there and still feel all your pain. Don't judge yourself. You know, if you have painful things coming through that you need to process, or if you're in moments of fear, allow yourself to have that fear. Have the awareness of it, but always take that deep breath and come back to your heart and know that you are light. And have a mantra for yourself, you know, that reminds you, I am the light. Often when I'm going through my heaviest stuff and I just want to be gone, take me off this planet, I just would start saying, I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. Whether I believed it or not at the time. But it was helpful. It helped bring me back in. So you do whatever your process is for bringing yourself back in. And don't judge it. That's the whole thing. And, you know, that's the other aspect that came up for me to talk to you about, is judgment. We watch all this stuff out there, and it's easy to have a judgment about what's going on. You know, it's easy. You know, I do. It's easy. But that's separation again. That's separation. So you have to kind of, you know, first of all, not judge yourself, so you can release that sense of separation of yourself from source. And then also not judge others. Just be more of the observer of what is going on. And it becomes easier to be in your light and to hold your light and let the love and light flow through you and from you. And that's how we can embrace unity consciousness. So we truly have to let go of judgment. And the ugly things that we're seeing, it's hard not to judge. It's really hard. And I have a feeling we're going to get tested even harder, even more so with that. So let's just take a deep breath, step back, and be the observer. And know, you know, this is what I came here to do. As I observe, I'm transmuting. Yeah, I'm sending light out to this. It's moving through me and transmuting. But I don't have to engage in judgment about what's going on and have an opinion. And, you know, that's the human part of you. It's okay, but just keep it to a minimum. Oh, and this was another awareness I had that I wanted to share, was remembering what I had to move through to awaken to my true self. So I had, you know, a loveless marriage, basically, you know, realizing that my husband wasn't able to experience or share love, made me go down the rabbit hole of loving myself more deeply, you know, for the very reason why I attracted him into my life. So my journey took me on a journey of self-love, of self-worthiness and realization. All of us have gone through some sort of trials to see this. But without that, if I didn't have that, if I didn't have the opposite to show me what was really within me, I wouldn't have been able to awaken. So just remember that your own personal journey is now a collective journey. And this is what we're seeing now. All this ugliness, as ugly and disgusting as some of it is really showing us how much more light we can be, how magnificent we really are. And didn't you have those moments where, like, there was no way you could turn back? There was no way you could do that. Like, I couldn't go back with my husband, knowing I could never be truly honored and loved the way I wanted to be. So I had to, and I was doing it all for myself, for my own heart, for my worthiness. God does not want this for me. So that's what we're experiencing now on a collective level. All that darkness is showing us, or the shadow is showing us the void of love. And how much more we can be loving. How much more we can stand in that empowerment of being the love. So don't forget who you truly are and how much you've come through to be here and to do this now. You did it for yourself already. So now we're doing it for the collective. So just keep being the love and keep being the light. You can't be anything more than your truth. That's how I felt. I had to be my truth. I didn't have a choice any longer. I had to follow what my truth was, whatever that inner guidance was. I couldn't pretend anymore. And we're not doing it now. We're not pretending. We're being the light. So if you're not in fear, don't pretend to be in fear. Don't pretend to go along with things. Just be in your truth and be the light. If you're experiencing fear, then love yourself through it. Okay? So let's keep on doing it. I love you all. We've got this. Okay. Take care. See you next time.